Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome once again to that afternoon live stream where you'll pay for the entirety of the seat, but you'll only need the very ragged edge. That's right, gentlemen, you're tuned in direct and live 5x5 to that afternoon live stream in that Technicolor video and stereophonic sound provided by viewers like you. Making his way to the stream today at 161 pounds, the undisputed Airgun live streaming champion of the world, hailing from Los Angeles, California, representing the Airgun Underground, the strongest airgunning family on YouTube, MACABESPEED! Yeah, that's right, boys. Hey, you know what? Today, we ripped it. I feel good. I am present. I am here with you on the platform. We're not quite yet ready to hit that sidechain. We're still riding on the wave of enthusiasm that is the MACABESPEED Media Machine afternoon live stream, Monday afternoon edition, making your Mondays suck less. We got giveaways. We got prizes. We got all kinds of stuff. We got everything that you would want to see in an airgun live stream, including air guns and modifications thereof, happening today, baby. Welcome to each and every one of you. If you can't tell already, I am fired up, sidechain as always, jumping into my chat. It's going to be a good one. Daniel Craig, what up, what up? Mike's Backyard, what up, what up? Little bit of distortion on the mic here. We're going to drop that level just slightly. Terry Barkus, what up? Big MACABESPEED Media Machine, welcome to the stream. Beating the coof. Hats off, brother. Hats off to you. Outstanding. Mini GP, what up, what up? Welcome to the chat. You may also be more resistant to the newer variants also. I'm resistant to all variants, just in case you guys were wondering, but that's great news for Terry Barkus. Airguns at Air Power, what up, what up? ROG Wabbit, what up, what up? How is the little one doing? Phenomenal, alive and well, kicking, baby. It's a little kick machine. All it does is all day long. And you know what? I couldn't be happier to report that the newest member of the MACABESPEED Media Machine, Baby Mac, Mini Mac, whatever you'd like to call Baby Katie, telling you, she's doing well, brother. She's doing well. Thank you for asking. Jay Peters, what up, what up, what up? Shooter Steve, welcome to the house. What up, what up? We Break for Squirrel, welcome. As we should expect, painful news of people losing everyone in the fires continues to flood in these days, but we get to experience the pain as extended family as well. You know, the fires are no joke. The fires are legit no joke. It's actually too boisterous of a theme here for the fires talk. The fires are no joke. Cheers to everyone enduring the fires in Northern California right now. It is literally altering the way of life for an entire region of people. If you are in the western half of the United States, chances are you're impacted by the smoke at the very least. And if you're in the westerly state of California on this west coast, best coast that we live in, chances are it's having some effect on you. Whether it's someone you know, whether it's your own air quality right in the shitter, whatever the case may be, you're aware of these fires and they are playing havoc. Honestly, my own kid hasn't even been outside yet. I think we're still slightly distorted. How interesting. My own child has not even seen the light of the natural sun on her face yet, at almost a month old now, because the air quality is so shit, right? It's a AQI index is like 151, which is hazardous for most groups of people in most situations, right? So it's like, fuck, I'm not bringing my newborn out, premature newborn out into this and just have her suck all this new crazy particulate into her brand new lungs. No way. So, once again, it is a very real thing. Blood Ops, what up, what up, what up? Terry Barkus, that's great, Mac. You know what? It's amazing. I never thought being a father would be so cool, but I got to tell you, it's never too late, boys. I'm just about 40 years old at this point, and I have a newborn. I fully anticipate living long enough to make her life gainful the way it ought to be, all the way through the graduation and hopefully through a wedding. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, it's never too late. It's never too late, 100%. It's going to be a great episode today. We're going to be talking about the best modification that you can make to your AEA model. Whatever that model may be, this is going to more than likely apply to you. Once we go ahead and make the modification live and direct on camera for the people, for the community, for the Airgun Underground that I know and love so much, we'll go ahead and explain why we've made this modification. It's going to segue directly into the final portion of today's stream, which is going to talk about the layers of the onion on home defense rhetoric. It's going to be a packed show, I'm telling you. Making your Mondays suck less, a lot less in this case. It's going to be good. I've got my Invader Coffee, the single origin blonde roast from Invader Coffee, courtesy of Mark Bostic. And my Gatorade, just so that I don't die out here. But you know what? The air conditioning in the studio is working quite well today. The air conditioning in the studio is working quite well. Timmy, I do see in the chat what's happening, my friend. You are live and direct and visible to all. I know you're going to hit me up and ask. Jay Peters, what up, what up? Back to the AC. The AC was kicking on and off as far as the compressor is concerned, the thing that makes the air cold due to a clogged condenser filter. The filter that sucks air over the path of air that sucks air over the coils when they are being cooled off by the evaporator fan. I think that's how it works. I think that's how it works. What the hell is the point, Mac? Tell us what the point is, Mac. Here's the point. Cleaned that filter, improved the airflow, got my AC back. Much more comfortable streaming environment today, which brings me on to my next anecdote. I recently fixed my fridge. My fridge, I didn't realize it's expensive to replace a refrigerator, but it's about $2,000, between $1,500 and $2,000 to replace a refrigerator in the modern home. I have a standard, not super fancy, no TV on the front, shit's like 10 years old style GE stainless fridge. It's like, oh no, just side-by-side stainless fridge, right? Stopped getting cold. Looked into it, whole back side of the entire freezer iced up, 100, like a big ice block, ice cube, frosted out. Started doing some research on actual YouTube, right? YouTube, the platform we all know and love. Turns out there's a defrost heater inside your freezer. Without this defrost heater, you think it's cold, it's freezer, it's totally cool, it's totally good to get as cold as it wants. Wrong. Those coils that make that cold air as the fan blows across them will ice up if they are not defrosted. I had no idea this was the way it works. What's the point, Mac? Tell us what the point is. Here's the point. I replaced the GE defrost heater unit in the bottom of my refrigerator for about $40. I fixed my refrigerator and freezer because now it was no longer iced up and all the cold air was getting exactly where it needed to be, and saved myself roughly $1,700 to $2,000 in the process, right? What's the point, Mac? You're still not telling us the point. Everything in the world runs on balance. Whether it is your portable air conditioning that you're using as a streaming air conditioning in your garage, whether it is your refrigerator that has a busted defrost heater in your freezer, whether it is your hats on blitz that you are trying to get to run in full auto. A lot of people have the issue that they have hazardous reliability, to say the least, as far as getting their hats on blitz to go ahead and cycle in full auto capability as manufacturers, expect it to be. There is a very fine-tuned balance from the manufacturer, and anything outside of those specifications will cause a failure with the hats on blitz to be able to fire in full auto. I think that more and more, as the litmus test of reliability and the corrosion of time takes place on these rifles, we are seeing more and more that they are bulletproof, reliable semi-automatic weapons, but they are not the bee's knees of reliability when it comes to fully auto, especially when you turn the power level up. For me personally, my 30 caliber blitzes are sitting at approximately 68 to 70 foot-pounds of energy versus the 51 they came out of the factory with. For me personally, the physical raw power of that modification, even though it renders the full auto capability useless and unusable, is so worth it to me that I don't really look back, and it's become more of a positive that you can tune it to that level and get the semi-auto reliability instead of a negative that the full auto doesn't have the reliability in the same sense as the Select Fire does. I think that a lot of people are seeing this as well. See what the chat says. Hope everyone stays blessed. I just got back from the hospital. Image me time now. How cool. Bullshit, go to the marketplace on Facebook. A little cheaper, bro. Oh, dude. But you know what? You buy it for life. You buy it for life, right? Or at least 10 years. You figure the lifespan of a refrigerator is about 10 years. And I don't know, ever since I had a baby, I'm kind of like iffy on other people's stuff. You figure if somebody else had some bullshit chicken in there and it got sucked into the recirculate, I don't know. They're like, it could really psych you out. I know it's like other people's stuff is not radiation, but by the same token, in the post-pandemic world we all live in, everybody's stuff is radiation. Heater core, dealt with those in the past. Yeah, hell yeah. Airguns, J. Peter, good job on the repair, Mac. Hell yeah, thank you. New Gen Blitz still getting the same FPE turned up, but seems to go through 2x2 now, some reason wouldn't before. Hell yeah. Do you still have full auto capability? Airguns and Air Power, this is great to get this feedback from you. Do you still have full auto capability? Again, I think if the tune-up gives it short bursts instead of emptying the magazine, that's superior for real-world situations. I would say this. Mystic 2222, when they really get turned up to the hotness level that the ones that I own personally are, they stop even burping. They won't burp like none of that. Like if you turn it up a little bit, that's the result you're going to get. If you turn it up a lot, you're going to get boom, lose your trigger completely. No trigger whatsoever. You're not going to get a sear reset. You're not going to get anything to cycle as far as anything is concerned. Just get boom, that one initial bang, and that's it. That's all you're going to get out of it, and you'll have to recock the bolt, potentially double feed the rifle. There's a lot of problems with it, so I just keep it on semi-auto. Still the best semi-auto. The mag capacity, the fact you can change the mags, the carbon bottle, huge, so poignant, so poignant. That is so poignant. Watch my video. Hell yeah! Throw a link in the chat right now. Eric E, I couldn't agree with you more. That's very poignant. Let's talk about this. If you carry around with you the 8 magazines or so that the Hatsan Blitz is capable of running on an air charge, especially in semi-automatic, it takes a minute to load these magazines. It's not as time consuming as the LCS. The LCS takes a fucking year to load that little stupid thing. And then you load 3 at a time until you're like completely full circle. It's counterintuitive to have a machine gun with a non-removable mag, but that's a different story. What's the point? It takes a long time to reload these magazines. You're into it like a full 30 seconds to 1 minute with little tiny projectiles, 30 caliber projectiles to reload this magazine. So shit's not happening in the field. It's just not. If I know that I'm not going to be able to do a field reload, if I know that I'm not going to be able to drop to a knee and start stuffing brass in a magazine and it's going to be little pellets in a rotary mag like this, then I know that for sure I'm going to be choosing my shots. And choosing my shots does not mean 16 shots in 1.16 seconds as dictated by the manufacturer. Having said that, if I'm choosing my shots, I want those fucking shots to count, bro. I want those shots to count. So, the 57 foot-pounds of energy we saw yesterday in the 25 caliber Blitz in that video, the almost 70 foot-pounds of 30 caliber Blitz that are in my arsenal, I definitely do believe in the terminal effectiveness of that power level at that precision level shot. Also, we saw it be accurate yesterday up to about 75 yards. It's starting to widen up around 100, but I mean, even when I was clicking it off quick, doop, 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 couldn't miss it 100 on a 12x12. Much bigger than a 12x12 in a zombie apocalypse. Have to tighten the mag spring if full auto's not working, or at least take it apart and redo it. Interesting. I was going off what you had said before, that it was a burping, a few shots, and I had to recock it or something. Mystic 22, that was what it was doing previously, but that was at a lower power level. All right. Cheers. Cheers to every single one of the 24 people currently spending their afternoon with me on a Monday afternoon. Cheers. I think it's time to give back the giveaways. What do you think? What do you think? Think we're ready for some giveaways? I think we are too. Sometimes big things come in small packages, and this small package contains a very big thing. As stated last week, you're going to have 2 free chances to enter this week's giveaway in this video. There are 2 phrase that pays style comments that you can drop into the comment section of this video. The first phrase that pays that'll get you entered in the drawing for this giveaway, Airgun Underground. If you want to get entered, comment Airgun Underground right now or at some point while this video is still up. These videos are only up for about 24 to 48 hours because I try and keep this shit exclusive. Airgun Underground is only underground if you're there when it happens, and then it's gone, right? So if you put the phrase that pays, Airgun Underground, in the comments while this video is up. You will be entered to win this week's prize. There will be another phrase that pays at the end of this chat. The end of this live stream, I should say. Not this chat, not this chat. The end of this live stream. Monday night for me. Hell yeah, Bloodhouse. That's right. You're on that East Coast. You're on that East Coast. Bloodhouse. What do you think about the A to the K hat? Do you like it, my guy? It's kind of gangster. Kind of gangster. I'd be interested on your take on this. Never won anything on YouTube. You could win today, my guy. Well, this week anyways. This week, once again, no money, no dollars, no cash out of pocket going to be needed to get these free entries. Airgun Underground. Drop it in the comments right now. Oh, just to clarify, please drop the phrase that pays, Airgun Underground, in the actual comment section of this video, not directly into the chat that we are having our back and forth with on. Jay Peters, I see ya. Raj Rabbit, I see ya. Definitely do drop it down in the actual comment section of this video below the feed itself. I made it. Airgun Underground. Airgun Underground. Once again, Daniel Craig, I do see you. You will be entered if you drop it into the actual comment section of this video. Now, before we go any further, I think I owe it to you boys to go ahead and show you exactly with that big frame, big drama style presentation what you are in the running for. Transition. I'm excited. Fuck, I'm excited, dude. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back like we never left. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited, dude. It's going to be a good week of streams. Courtesy of Mark Bostic, the founder of the Feast, 100% still in its original packaging for your opening enjoyment. The Wartech Copper Stars and Stripes Edition, boys. Oh my God. The copper-clad everyday carry folder with the G10 scale stars and stripes on the back. Absolutely incredible. Look at the quickness on that blade and the laser etching thereon. Sick. Screams freedom. Look at that finish. This is all copper too. It's all copper. God. You know, I really wanted to add this to my own personal collection, but I felt like I would be doing you a disservice as a member of the Airgun Underground. Every single person who's in this chat right now is subscribed. You cannot throw a single comment down in my chats in these Airgun Undergrounds without being subscribed. So every single person here, we're among friends, and I feel like I owe it to you guys, the Airgun Underground grassroots members, to give this away. So we shall. It is 100% in its factory sharpness. It has not been used and abused, and it will be given directly to the people. Transition. I'm excited today. I hope you guys can feel the energy just coming through the mic. I'm so excited today. I never want anything. Good point, but I still think the burst fire in scoot and shoot scenario on assault course was far superior to semi-automatic. Dude, you know what? I agree with you 100,000%. I agree with you 100,000%. I feel like the one thing that we did see in that video specifically was my own lack of training and how I need to dedicate significant times to run and gun style exercises. You will engage the exact same way that you train. So if your only skill set is sitting in a bench rested box and shooting paper at 100 yards, you may not be proficient in the moment of truth. If that's the case, spend significant time thinking and training other forms of marksmanship. That's what I need to do for myself. That's what I need to do for myself. And I'm speaking equally to my own self as I am to my subscribers, right? I don't want to come up short if my kid's life depends on it. I want to make sure that I am judged by my actions and my actions are true and effective. That's what I want. So, once again, I think that I need to go ahead and look at my own shortcomings in these videos. You know, one of the greatest things that we can glean from them, that the look-back takeaways, and really invest time in becoming a better well-rounded shooter in those areas I'm weak in. Was the barrel clean before that 100-yard test? Eric E., I am talking to you right through my GoPro. I have never cleaned any air gun I have ever had in my entire life. 10,000 rounds plus have gone through that physical specific barrel, and I have never cleaned it. I don't know. Some guys clean it, like, religiously. Some guys don't do that shit. So I'm one of those I don't do that shit, guys. My brother-in-law's assisted living room car. Oh, damn. Cigarette. Burned a 5x5 hole in the carpet. Dude, how is that possible to smoke indoors? Do they still allow that? If you guys are in a state where they still, like, let you smoke cancer sticks, bogues indoors, let me know. Like, what's the deal there? Fuck, gross. I made it. Airgun Underground. Hell yeah. Delivering. Got you on the radio. Yo. Thank you very much, First State Airgun. First State Airgun, huge shout out to you, brother. Honestly, I try and make my audio as crispy as physically possible because I myself proof listen retroactively to my own shows to kind of improve for the next one while I'm on the radio, like driving to work, right? So I'm not watching my phone at that point. I try and give you guys good audio quality for those of you who may not be physically watching the feed, just listening on the airwaves, as it were. Anyone here on the new AEA order? I could say that I'm definitely on the list to get a 50 caliber bullpup. My name's on the list. That's what I could tell you about that. Where'd you get that cap? Amazon. Mark Bossack is not here. We have a chance. He'll be here this week, though. But you know what? Excuse me. It'd be interesting to see if he enters himself in something he donated. Guy is the luckiest guy on the internet, though. And it is legit lucky. It's not like rigged. Like, if anybody questions his luck, just bring him to a casino. You'll probably have a good day. Heard next month. Airgun Underground rocks. Timmy, I can't thank you enough for the support, my guy. Thank you very much. Yeah, the 40s and 45. The 50s and 45s. Very cool. Wow, I would love that. It's a good prize, right? It's a good prize. It's legit a good prize. I feel like this is going to be a great giveaway prize. Fast, lightning fast, super patriotic, super gorgeous, absolutely gentleman everyday carry. I like it, man. And you know what? There's something warm about the finish of copper. As a sheet metal worker, local 104, sheet metal worker by trade, I absolutely love the material, the actual raw material of copper. It's got a warmth to it. When you invest time in copper, as obviously this company invested time in the copper work on this, it just looks good. That's a weird color for copper. Are you using a filter? I am not using a filter. I am actually highly overexposed and oversaturated with lighting right now. You guys might not be able to tell, but I am backed up against this flag right now. Legit. Like, there's 2 feet of space and a table, and then there's a convertible sports car over there. Sick. Super sick. I have yet to introduce that to you guys. That's definitely something that we're going to be taking to the range here, hopefully in the next couple of months, but there is a very cool, very convertible, very turbocharged little beast over there that I would like to introduce to the channel at some point. Maybe do a meet and greet somewhere with a recognizable vehicle, as it were. Get some swinging targets and run that course. Like torsos, I agree. Mostly I run around my house and clear corners. That's fire. God, my kid's not even old enough to recognize what's going on, so now's the perfect time. I love it. Air Power Shooter Steve, all right? Hey, sound like me, right, G-Man? Hell yeah. AK caps, hell yeah. Shooter Steve got to start somewhere. Beats my godson devoting 18 hours a day to fall. You know, the original Fallout was cool. I'm that old. I remember the original Fallout on PC when you had to buy it as a CD-ROM and install shit on your computer. You couldn't just download the app like all these newfangled kids do nowadays. Telling you. My hammer takes up home protection duty. Once my 45 Challenger shows up, it will probably take over. I gotta tell you, you're not gonna have good luck with that 45 caliber Challenger being a home defense gun, brother. I'm not talking shit. In no way am I talking shit. Crusade Electronics. I'm just giving you an insight. My own personal Challenger 30 caliber is the physical hardest cocking effort that I have in my entire arsenal. Like, you gotta be a gorilla to cock that 30 caliber Challenger after you get to like the 10 shot mark. I mean, you're fatigued. It's hard. It's legit hard. Not like undoable hard, but in a moment of truth, you might short shift it. You know, you might barely clear the mag. You could run into a failure with something that's that difficult to utilize. And that's the only reason. Not that you're lacking in power, not that you're lacking in reliability, just in the moment of truth, the actual ergonomics of utilizing that as a home defense, self-defense, intruder compensation factor. I'm telling you, you might not have the best luck. I'm trying to stack the deck. Right? I'm trying to stack the deck when I go to have a home defense situation. Last time my home got invaded and I put a dude at gunpoint, I was underprepared. My gun had no flashlight on it. It had absolutely no illuminated optic whatsoever. I was sitting there holding dude at gunpoint with a Benjamin Marauder with a hunting scope on it in my underwear, standing there in my underwear. Eventuality, he melted like a candle without me having to even fire a shot, right? The presence of the gun made the difference that day without even having to utilize the gun. So, what's the point? It might help you, it might not. But I know that in my own home defense situation, something ergonomic, something where I'm set up, something where I have repeatability on shots, and something where I know I'm just not going to have issues using it. Case in point, 30 caliber Blitz is very accessible to me when I'm asleep, right? It's very fucking accessible to me. Secondly, it's got a $300 Hollow Sun optic on it. People questioned me when I bought that optic with hard, cold cash. Actually paid the money to buy that optic. But now I know, as soon as I pick that thing up, the Shake Awake feature is going to come on. I'm going to have a green donut of death reticle. I'm going to have my 1200 lumen light on the side, and I'm going to have 16 to 19 rounds of freedom defending seeds. Just spit down that hallway if need be. Much more prepared today. Having said that, I was still effective in the first home invasion situation that occurred to me without having to fire a shot. These are all things that factor into making your decisions. You guys all got to do the math on this stuff yourself, but these are the things that I would factor in. Great comment, Crusade Electronics. Thank you for the tangent, my guy. You're a valid member of this community, and I wouldn't have gone on a tangent if I didn't think each and every one of you was absolutely an important member here. Blood Ops, we need a semi-auto big bore. We do. But they make it. The Terminator is absolutely. Oh, see, Airguns and Air Power knows what's up. Airguns and Air Power. Hell yeah, that's that OG knowledge and wisdom coming through. Terminator's gun. Terminator might as well be a gun. Am I the only one here with no other option than the live messenger? Let me see. I have a Google tab open. Let's see. Hold on. Let's go ahead and all check this out together. And transition. I don't know. Let's see. What's the deal? Can we actually comment on this video, or are my comments for whatever reason turned off? I don't think my comments are turned off somehow. We're gonna find out. And in the meantime, in between time, 7,727 subscribers. Absolutely killing it this month. Looking for 8,000 subscribers by October 1st. So the next month of viewership, hoping for 8,000 subscribers total viewership. Let's go to the content tab here. It's going to show us all of our active. See, they still haven't fucking given me my monetization for this. There's nothing wrong with this video. It's still yellow icon. We're reviewing your video. Are you dumbass? No. Live. All right. Click live. Whammo. You're not the only one, bro. You're legitimately not the only one. Now let's go back. Let's go ahead and check. Let's go ahead and check this out and go one step further with this and see if we have the ability to comment on older videos. These are just unlisted here. Yes. So it does appear that while the stream is live, interesting fact, I had no idea. This is great feedback, Timmy. Hey, this is like one of the things. You're a great member of the community. I know you were upset and thought like I banned you or something, but that's not the case, my guy. I really appreciate you bringing that to our attention. Hell yeah. Cheers, Timmy. Looks like after the stream is over, you guys can go ahead and drop that phrase that pays, which is Airgun Underground. There will be one more phrase that pays, the FTP for this giveaway. Once again, the super sick, super fast folding copper blade donated by Mark Bostic. You'll have 2 chances to get entered. That will mean if you entered every single day we had a stream for the week, and I actually followed through and had a work schedule that permitted 5 streams in a week. Can you fucking imagine that? 10 entries would be available for you per person to be able to win this blade. Where are all these entries going to go? Raffle drum? Raffle drum? Yo! I'm telling you guys are going to like this. You guys are going to absolutely like this. My playlist is over. We're getting through the time. Good Lord. We are going to absolutely get back to the giveaways, and it's going to be in grand fashion. Let's go ahead and Alt-Tab back to the chat. That's why I don't want the Challenger. Nope. You know what? It is a badass cocking effort for sure. Air guns and air power, I agree. It's only going to get better. We make a bullpup stock. Currently building one in my shop garage. So waiting on that. So sick. If we make a comment on the video of the live after the live, are we still entered in today's giveaway? Great question, Timmy. Absolutely. I was unaware of the fact that you could not physically comment in a comment section live during these videos. These videos, once again, are going to stay up for about 24 to 48 hours on average. Any time in that 24 to 48 hours, if this video is up and you put the comment Airgun Underground in the comment section, you are entered. Get the comment in before the video gets pulled for the unlisted move, you're entered. Wait to hear that second phrase that pays. It's almost like a radio show, right? You like write down the phrase that pays, and then when you hear the secret song, you call in, and then you have the chance to win the trip to Disneyland. It's like pretty much the same premise. And it seems to work for like every major radio station that I actually listen to on the FM radio, on the FM dial. That's how old I am. But it seems to work for them, so we're going to do it. I have the Terminator in backup, but I worry about reliability. Get a Blitz. Legit, just get a Blitz. The magazine sizing can't be beat. Your sword course run is leaping over couches and under tables. The great thing about my house is it's horribly underfurnished. I have very, very, very sparse furnishing. I've had people come over and say, wow, you have a Spartan lifestyle. I'm like, that's right. That's damn right. Oh, no, I mean you don't have a lot of furniture. Oh, thought you meant something cooler there. All right, speaking of cool things. How deep into the chat are we? Past the half-hour mark. Airgun Underground. Absolutely. Once again, gentlemen, do not forget, after this video concludes, the comment section will open up. Drop Airgun Underground in the comment section, and you will be entered. This is an AEA fill probe dust cover. It's an AEA fill probe. This one small item, about 4 weeks ago, almost prevented an entire day of filming when I was 2+ hours away from my house. An entire day of filming is like 6 episodes that can't be filmed due to one little thing. Also, if your house has a fire or you have some type of crazy situation where you need to get the hell out of your house right now, you're going to grab your guns. And if you grab your guns and don't grab your fill probes, your shit's useless. So, how can we fix this? We're about to do some cool stuff here. All right. Let's take a swig of the coffee. Mark Bostic, once again, thank you very much for this absolutely incredible blonde roast that is pushing us through the stream. This guy. Now, right about here, behind this dust cover, sits a fill port. The fill port is 7mm in diameter, and it matches this probe, obviously. This can be drilled and made to fit and accept this fill probe without removing this dust cover. hence protecting the tank a little bit, making it look aesthetically pleasing, but also retaining your fill probe. Let's drill it together. Sorry to the headphone users in advance. It is the quietest version of everything that they make. I only buy good shit when it comes to Milwaukee tools. But definitely we're going to start off with something that each and every one of you should have in your collection as far as tools are concerned. The double-sided... Straighten this up in frame. Here we go. The double-sided 1/8 inch drill bit is super stout. This will drill 1/4 inch steel plate. This will drill, you know, whatever you want it to drill and make a great pilot hole. I can't say enough good things about the double-sided 1/8 inch high-speed steel bit. This high-speed steel bit is going to make supremely mega ultra quick work of this dust cover. I don't know, this looks good. We're just going to go with this. Oh, ribbons. It's cutting ribbons. God, look at those chips. Good long chips. Yeah. Sharp. It's a fucking sharp bit. Cool. Cool. Move my coffee so I don't get some added aluminum to my diet here. If you guys are unfamiliar with the channel or not a fan and subscribed here, you definitely would want to know what is this fill probe dust cover for. 25 caliber HP bullpup AEA semi-auto monster. Do as I say, not as I do, okay? Don't hold shit in your hand while you're drilling it, but I'm going to hold this in my hand while I'm drilling it. So here we go. Getting close. Oh, it's getting hot. Ah, it's getting very warm. Do as I say, not as I do. And there goes my coffee and my camera. Camera A. Is that camera A? Camera B? What happens here? We lost camera B. We lost our coffee. And we almost spun off into oblivion with our dust cover. But she looks about right. Same mistake made twice live. Love it. Reverse the bit. Get rid of the burr. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this a little bit more intelligently. How can we do that? There's coffee everywhere on my floor, but how delicious does it smell right now? All right. Go ahead and put something through here so we can just hold it in place. Love it. I like that. All right. Let's see what the chat thought about that debacle. I don't have a couch. We use computer chairs. Shooter Steve, got to let MACABESPEED show you when you get... For sure, that will happen. Cool. Got to jump out of the chat for a minute. I don't understand why everybody's using proprietary fill probes. I understand they have zero net insertion ejection force under pressure, but what's wrong with a Schrader valve? It works fine. Here we go. Yeah, we definitely did spill half a jar of coffee on film. It's absolutely how it went. Let's go ahead and switch over to the tab that Google cringes at. Where is Google handling scene? All right. This is not a firearm. This is not a firearm. This is strictly an airgun. I'm thinking she's in there like swimwear. Let's see. Oop. Just slightly more. Just slightly more. I'm just slightly undersized here. Let's go just a little bit more. Remembering the mistakes that we previously made. I like it. I'm with it. Let's try this one more again. Right in front of the people withholding nothing. Slipping the dust cover over the orifice. Bingo wingo. I now have a dust cover completely over the gauge assembly here, I also have the ability to freely slide in and out the 7mm fill probe, and it almost looks like if I rotate it a little bit, it locks it in place. That's great. Once again, gentlemen, it's probably just about the best modification that you can make to any AEA. Is to just drill about a 1/4-inch hole at a precision spot, more precision than you saw me do it on my live stream, and definitely hook yourself up by holding your fill probe within the fill port. All right. Let's go ahead and click this back up. Am I right? I'm all right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Transition. No. You telling me no? I think it may be. That camera is officially telling me it is checked on out of the building. Outstanding. Super great. All right. Moving on to the next segment of our show. I think that is a great time to go ahead and reward every single person. Oh, am I on the wrong tab here? Reward every single person who stuck around through that cringy debacle with the secondary phrase that pays. That is right. Secondary phrase that pays. Mac attack. M-A-C attack. Mac attack. That's going to be your second phrase that pays. Drop Airgun Underground for the first phrase that pays, and Mac attack into the second comment for yourself. Get yourself entered 2 different times, 2 chances to win the copper folding blade, courtesy of Mark Bostic. Layers of the onion. Let's discuss layers of the onion. Pick this up out of the coffee right quick. Layers of the onion is pretty much the way that I describe how I set up my home defense. The absolute first and honestly one of the most important layers of the onion is always going to be your cameras. I can't stress enough how important it is to have sight beyond sight. If you don't know what's going on outside your house by being able to just boom, hit your phone, hit whatever display you have hooked up to your camera system, hit whatever the case that gives you that sight beyond sight ability, you're at a disadvantage. Because then it's like you don't know whether or not you should open the door, whether or not you shouldn't open the door. If someone comes calling, do you answer that knock? Do you not answer that knock? Who is it? Is it Amazon? Is it a fucking home invasion? You just don't know. Cameras in this day and age are paramount. I would say this: not all camera systems are created equal. I had a 1080p camera system that I was previously using, 8 channels, and it provided pretty good all-around protection around my property. We had the DVR box go out on us and had to replace the DVR box, and we're like, you know what, the DVR box is about 70% of what a whole new system costs. So we went ahead and went with a different brand, Swan security cameras, and we went with 4K cameras, 8 channel as well. There's a huge difference between a real brand like Swan Security, and I'm not sponsored by them, it just works that fucking good, and the off-brand like Smonet or whatever it was that I was previously using, the knockoff brand, right? It has a lot of similar features, but not really similar performance. When I used the Swan system for the first time, I felt so much better just about the capabilities that I had been given between the quality product versus the second tier product, right? Why do I say that? The Swan system that we got, in addition to being able to see all the way around the house, in addition to be able to have great clarity with the 4K cameras, it works on a heat sensor, so it knows whether or not it's a leaf blowing across your lawn, or whether or not it's a person trying to potentially break into your front window. It can see that, it can sense that, and it records that. Any of the cameras, when you bring it up on the app, you can activate a floodlight on that camera from the app. You can talk to people through these cameras. I had no idea this was a capability, but this is how strong the first layer of your home defense onion can be if you simply invest in a little bit of infrastructure. At the end of the day, either you have cameras or you don't. Either you know what made that bump in the night or you don't. And while some cameras are better than none, the difference between the cameras that I purchased and the cameras that I previously purchased was only about $200. One system previously, about $200. This system, about $400. And worlds above on quality. Let's jump into the chat. The cringe is back. Hell yeah. Airguns of Idaho. That thing is dope. Dude, I love it. I do like this bullpup. This bullpup is probably going to end up being one of the favorites in my collection. I have wanted this thing forever, and it showed up in my mailbox unsolicited, and I was absolutely thrilled to death and could not be more thankful to Survival Airguns for that. Zach, what was the best mod for the AEA PCP airgun? This is the best mod that you can physically give yourself. Drilling a small hole in your dust cover to facilitate the ability to hold your fill probe in that orifice even while you're not filling it. And it's like, really, you haven't really impacted anything, right? Because, I mean, think about this. If you really felt like it and you wanted to put your fill probe in your pellet box and then just rotate the dust cover around, you wouldn't have an exposed port. Southern Ohio prepping, what up, what up? Truthfully, a gun is the last line of self-defense for my home. I think everyone should have one or several, but other features like lights, cameras, signs, doors, dogs make me feel safer. Totally true. My house is like the 90s X-Men mansions. Hell yeah. Hello, Mac. Hell yeah. What up, PCP Airgunner? Welcome. Check out the Securo system on Amazon. I have 2 of them and I have 0 problems. I also have reviews on my channel. Very cool. Zach, what I would do is cover the gauge with the back of the... what I would do is cover the gauge with some black tape and cut to fit perfectly. That way, if you have to point it at a burglar, he won't know it's an airgun. He'll be less likely to do something stupid. Fuck around and find out. That's what I would say to anybody who thinks that an airgun is not viable. If they want to make a mistake with their life and present some type of potentially lethal or deadly force, and I happen to be holding something that has a gauge in it, it's not going to make him any less dead. It's not going to make him any less seriously impaired at that point. I'm telling you, man, like, fuck around and find out. People want to find out hard and fast what the true power of an airgun is. Don't break into somebody's house who's going to defend their house aggressively with one, for sure. Best mod for an AEA is a carbon fiber bottle upgrade. Derek's Adventure, that's a great piece of input. Agree, especially with pink end of the barrel. Let's continue to talk about the layers of the onion. The security cameras are where you start. Second layer of the onion, back your cars into your driveway. Just back your cars in. How much extra time does it take when you come home to not pull in forward? And give yourself a direct shot right out of that driveway under full throttle if you need to. It just doesn't take that much time to back into your house. Every single car in my driveway is backed in, so if I need to give it a key and give it some gas, we're going forward. Right? These are the layers of the onion. When you deal with self-defense, when you deal with home defense, physical altercation and lethal force, they're like at the top of the pyramid. But there's all these steps below that make up the foundational base of the pyramid itself before you ever get to altercation or lethal force, right? I can't stress this enough. You'll train you'll fight how you train. So these are the questions that we should be asking ourselves, I think. Definitely, especially if you're in the position of not having a firearm, knowing proficiency with your air gun will at that point be equal as much of an asset as time spent at the range with an actual firearm. You got to really see what your strengths and what your weaknesses are, as well as assessing your capabilities honestly, and then seeing what you have to work with within whatever framework you establish for yourself. Zach, it's better to intimidate than actually shoot. You know, that's pretty much the basal level of the pyramid. Honestly, presence, stance, the way that you present yourself, posturing, that's the number one piece of the pyramid. If you look people in the eye, if you're confident, your chin's poked out, and you're looking people in the eye, and you have square shoulders, and you have a confident stride, people will see that in the same sense that they'll see if you walk with slumped shoulders and stare at your shoes and get sucked into your Snapchat 1,000 times in a minute. I'm telling you, posturing, the way that you carry yourself, physical presence, presentation of self, that is all first level of the pyramid type stuff. Great comment. Imagine take a full frontal from my hammer. Secondly, though, it's the same thing. It's the same thing I come down to with my Zeus. Zeus makes like 1,500 foot-pounds energy, but I'm gonna get 1 or 2 shots maximum, and that's like if I'm being rushed from a distance, right? I got like 1 shot if they're down the hallway. I got 19 shots if I pick up my blitz. I got 16 shots if I pick up my blitz. I got 10 shots if I pick up this bullpup. I would rather have the small caliber, repeatability, semi-automatic with good lethality style power than one like bear gun style power shot, right? Back in Canada, we back in the winter because of the snow. Very cool. I have my guns sent for different ranges. That's super intelligent way to do your prepping. I agree with that. My blitzes are all set up for 25 yards or less. My Dragon Claw is set up for 50. My Zeus is set up for 50. My Challenger is set up for whatever I aim it at. And I'm telling you, you're on the right track there. The other way that you can kind of get the workaround on that is by using a 45-degree offset. I don't have any 45-degree offsets on my blitz because on my blitzeye. I don't know. I don't have any 45-degree offsets on those because of the fact that I feel like they're so capable even with a single optic. I can hit something at 50 yards with my Hollow Sun optic. I can hit something at 4 yards with my Hollow Sun optic. I'm not afraid to take the shot with that green donut of death. So I do understand what you're saying, my guy. Crusade electrons, but you can only imagine up to the last millisecond. Just built 10x10 shed for new solar panels, plus 4 cameras in the trees. 1 camera aimed at the new gun range in the backyard. My blitz will... Oh, dude, no, absolutely. Absolutely. The blitz is a lethal weapon. Blitz is a lethal weapon. Blitz is an absolutely lethal weapon. I would venture to say, even... Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Even with these very cool Mystic 22 donated 3D printed plastic projectiles. These are 6.6 grains, but if you get hit with 20 of them, I mean, it's like, aspirin's pretty painless as far as like an over-the-counter drug. But I mean, if you take 50 of them, it's going to be the last headache you have. So definitely, I don't know, man. I'm a very, very strong proponent of shot repeatability. Look at the way that some municipalities of police departments did it with the 122 rifle. The 122 rifle, I'm not quite sure who it was made by, was a fully automatic 22 caliber machine gun, light machine gun, that was marketed to law enforcement to deal with the issue of overpenetration. It was used with great success. Great success, because nobody walks off 1522s. So the small caliber repeatability has been proven. For a great video on the 122, go check out Ian at Forgotten Weapons. The Forgotten Weapons channel, Fuego alert. Killer stuff. I just realized there's still some coffee left in this spilled jar. Cheers! Cheers to Ian at Forgotten Weapons. Danny Craig, once they step through my door, I'm legally covered by Castle Doctrine, disparaging force since I'm using an airgun in self-defense. They're actually committed to, and the fact that they committed 2 felonies just by entering my home. Yep, Mystic, get ready. Yep. I'd love a blitz, and I'd love to have Vonta Ryder. You're the only person I've ever heard say that they would want a blitz in 177 caliber. I've effectively gotten rid of all of my 177 calibers except for my Deanna Chaser, which chills over in the corner, and I plink with it in the garage. But I don't know. What makes you want a 177 blitz? The 30 caliber blitz is the king. Hands down. My 25 cal shoots 50 grain slugs. Wow. 25 cal what? That's cool. You just need a shit point to blast them out of your house. Let's go ahead and let's see what else is on the notes. Needed real estate today, so I kept my notes on the floor where I could see them better. I think that one of the most important things that any prepper can do out there is make sure that he has a good supply of the things that he feels like may become difficult to acquire. Half of prepping is purchasing, legitimately, straight up. Like, what's the first thing you did in that 80s game, Oregon Trail? What's the very first thing you did? You went to the store, right? Some of you guys, like if you were smart like me, we picked the banker because he had the most money, right? So you be the banker in the Oregon Trail game, and you would immediately go to the store. I don't know how you did it, but I definitely went for gun and rifle and bullets, right? Rifle and bullets was big on my list of things to purchase. Even as a kid, I knew that was what was going to keep me safe on the Oregon Trail, and I could also hunt, which is probably the most fun fucking part of the whole game. How does this apply to the modern world? Right now, ammunition is where you find it. Ammunition is where you find it, 100%. Pyramid Air currently has a pretty good supply of it, and I did definitely make an order because of that fact. But for the most part, in general, it's kind of tough to find. So whether or not I need it at this point, if I can afford it, I'm pretty much buying it. Applies to 50 cal, it applies to 357, it applies to 30 cal, it applies to 25 cal. 22, I don't really care for. 177, I have a fucking million of them, and I don't really have any powerful weapons, so I don't need to source more ammo. But 25, 30, 357, 50 caliber, you know, I'm stocking it. And I think that that's one of the most fundamental building blocks of home defense are the things that you do when there's no need to defend your home, right? When there's no invader coming through the door, you're buying ammo. When there's no invader coming through the door, you're back in your car and after work. When there's no invader coming through the door, you're replacing a DVR for your camera system when the shit goes down instead of just having a blank screen for a few months, right? These are all things that factor in to home defense, especially with an air gun, right? You have to be that much more prepared when you deal with an air gun because there are so many more variables. Are you charged? Are you loaded? Do you have magazines? Do you have proficiency? Do you have accuracy? Is it reliable? A lot of different questions, gentlemen. I think it's going to be a great place to go ahead and end today's episode, but if you like today's episode, give it a thumbs up. You want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe for more with that notifications button so that you can stay current on the channel as well as when these videos and giveaways come out. If you really like this video, make sure you share it so somebody else can see it, and I'll catch you boys in the next one. Do not forget, as soon as this stream is over, the comment section will become active. 2 phrases that pays entries available for each and every member of the MACABESPEED Media Machine. Airgun Underground and Mac Attack. 2 different comments, 2 different chances per entrant to get entered in this week's drawing for the Copper Vortec folder. To everybody out there who loves us, everybody out there who hates us, and everybody out there who can't stand to see us crushing it, I'll catch you boys in the next one.